Halloween crafts don't always have to be spooky. They can also be show-stopping. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create this amazing 3D Halloween Ferris wheel. At first glance, it looks complex, but I'll break down each step so you can build it piece by piece. Whether you're a seasoned crafter or just trying something new, this project is sure to wow anyone who sees it. Let's get started.
This project might look a little complicated at first glance, but trust me, once you actually start working on it, it's not that hard. Sure, it might feel a bit challenging if you're a beginner, but that's okay. We'll go through everything step by step together. We're starting with the base of the Ferris wheel. This part is made up of 2 layers. The first layer is the foundation, the one that gives strength and balance to the whole project. The second layer is more decorative. It works as a cover with a nice pattern, so your base doesn't just look plain, but also has a more polished finish. Now, fold and form both layers into box shapes. The first one will stay as the strong base. For the second one, instead of treating it like a lid or separate box, you're going to place it right on top of the first one. This way, they stack neatly together, giving you both stability and a cleaner design. With that done, you've got a solid platform ready to hold the rest of the Ferris wheel. Now that we've got the base set up, it's time to start working on the supports for the Ferris wheel. These supports are super important because they'll hold the weight of the wheel and keep everything standing nice and steady. You'll notice there are 2 pieces shaped like the letter V. At first glance, they might look a bit tricky, but don't stress. It's actually very straightforward once you get into it. Take the first V-shaped piece and line up the corners with the slits that are already cut into the base. Gently insert the tabs into those slits, making sure they slide in securely. Repeat the same step with the second support piece so that you now have both of them standing in place. At this stage, they might feel a little loose, but we'll take care of that in just a moment. To make the structure stronger, flip the whole base upside down so you can see the underside of where the tabs come through. Apply a thin layer of glue onto the tabs and press them firmly against the surface. Give it a few seconds to set before moving on. This will make sure the supports stay upright and don't wobble later when the wheel is attached. Here's a small but important detail. On the left support, you're going to fold and attach the flap over to the right side. And on the right support, you'll fold the flap to the left side. This crisscross method helps balance the structure and keeps it aligned properly. When you look at it now, it may seem like the 2 supports are standing separately, almost like they don't connect. But don't worry, this is exactly how it's supposed to look for now. Later on, we'll add connecting pieces that will join them together into one strong frame, and that's when you'll really see the Ferris wheel start taking shape. Now, grab one of the Ferris wheel pieces and attach it to the support. Make sure the center hole is perfectly aligned with the opening on the support, since this is where the lollipop stick will go later to act as the axle. Once it's lined up, press it firmly so it sticks in place. Repeat the same process on the opposite side with the second wheel, connecting both supports together. At this point, you'll see the Ferris wheel structure finally take shape. Now, let's move on to the baskets, or what we'll call the cabins for the Ferris wheel. Each one will need to be folded along the scoring lines until it forms nicely into shape. Once you have the structure, secure it with a bit of glue and then add the decoration elements provided. You'll repeat this process about 5 times in total, using different colors for variety. Some cabins also come with slightly different designs, so you can choose whether to mix things up with variations or stick to a uniform look. Finally, each cabin needs a lollipop stick inserted so it can connect securely to the wheel. Now, let's move on to the baskets, or what we'll call the cabins for the Ferris wheel. Each one will need to be folded along the scoring lines until it forms nicely into shape. Once you have the structure, secure it with a bit of glue and then add the decoration elements provided. You'll repeat this process about 5 times in total, using different colors for variety. Some cabins also come with slightly different designs, so you can choose whether to mix things up with variations or stick to a uniform look. Finally, each cabin needs a lollipop stick inserted so it can connect securely to the wheel. When attaching the wheel to the supports, align the holes carefully. These holes are where each cabin connects, so follow along and attach all 5 baskets securely in place. Finally, the Ferris wheel is fully formed, but there's one last touch to make it look perfect. You'll notice some small holes showing, which can make the design feel unfinished. To clean it up, simply cover each of those holes with the little dots we provide. This final detail will give the whole piece a polished and complete look.
It's a project that takes a little extra time, but the end result is totally worth it. This piece can stand out as decor, hold small treat, or simply be a conversation starter at your Halloween celebration. If you enjoyed making this with me, don't forget to share it with community. Until next time, happy crafting!